Hello. I have a microphone cover thing that I got because this microphone is a piece of puckering pastel shit. I don't know. But hopefully this will make it sound better. Yeah. Actually, the bigger news that I got today is that the school in Kyoto that I was applied to last year, has accepted my reapplication. So now, unless something unexpected happens again, I am going to Japan to study in October this year, which is hugely relieving because, well, you understand, but I still have to rein in my expectations a little bit because, something unexpected happened last time, so... But now I can basically start planning again, and so, yeah, 5 months, and then I'm off. But now let's get to the topic that I was going to make a video about. It is the terror of speaking. I haven't really focused too much of my energy on speaking. A lot of that is because I was going to go to Japan to study for a whole year, and when I'm in Japan for a whole year, I'm going to have to speak Japanese. There's no getting around that. But while I'm here, there's not too much immediate need to practice speaking so much. So I've focused a lot more on reading and writing and things like that, and grammar, which of course indirectly helps speaking. But speaking in general, I mean, there's a certain fear about it, and it just any new language really. I had the same thing when I was trying to speak French earlier in my life, because I took French in school, and I remember years and years ago when Skype was new, me and my sister tried Skyping random people in like Paris and trying to talk with them, and it didn't work out so great. And the same kind of thing happens in Japanese, and it's the thing that, because you probably recognize this, you start talking, and you get stuck on something, and it's like, you need this word, you can't think of it, and then a little timer sort of goes off, like 5, 4, 3, and then when it goes to like 0, just like, no, you just want to run away from there, because your time's up, you've already shit the bed, basically, you're embarrassed yourself. And I embarrassed myself recently. I was in Oslo 1 or 2 weeks ago. Let me see here. It was last week, a week ago from now, actually. And there's a shop there which I recommend you go to if you're ever in Oslo, Norway. It's called Neo Tokyo. It used to be just a shop where they sold like manga and like kanji flashcards and those ugly ass one-piece things with a hood and cat ears and Final Fantasy figures and just stuff, Japanese stuff really. But now it's basically been taken over by Japanese people gradually, because like 2 years ago it was run by Norwegians, and then last year there was one Japanese guy working there, and now there's 2 of them. When I was there, it was only 2 Japanese people, nothing else. I think they spoke Norwegian though. But so basically I saw that, and then I directly like, hey, I want to try and talk to them. I wanted to go there and say like, konomise mataku nihon no mise ni henko shimashita ne, or something like, this store completely turned into a Japanese store, didn't it? That's what I wanted to say. But then, as soon as I got up to the counter to the guy who was standing doing his work, and then I just completely folded. I basically asked him in Swedish/Norwegian, like, "Are you Japanese?" And he just like, "Yeah." And I, "Konnichiwa," and then he's like, "Konnichiwa." Looked very awkward, and then I just walked away from there, because, God. I must have come across as if I was trying to pick him up at a party, and I'm 14 years old. That's how I almost. I must have come across as gay. Maybe. I mean, so embarrassing. And then I had just come to the store too. I wanted to look at stuff, but I didn't want to. After that, I just left. Basically, I just like, yes, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So annoying. And then when when I speak to my Japanese teacher over at italki, she tries to engage me in Japanese, and I can't really keep it up for a long time, because I get to something that can't remember, and then I basically revert to English, because what else can I do? Speaking is hard, but I don't see any way around it other than just practicing. But it's not easy. So I guess with speaking, I don't have any advice. I just wanted to sort of relay my embarrassing story and say that I understand. But I guess there isn't too much more to do than. I guess it would be a good idea to try to get away from phrases that, like, okay, you rehearsed this phrase, you've memorized a phrase that just, like, how are you doing, or yoroshiku onegaishimasu, or whatever, and then you just say that. I mean, it was like when I was in Japan 2014, then I was at the stage where, okay, I could say a phrase, but whatever they answered would just go right over my head, because I can't really speak Japanese. I can just say a line. So almost until you can understand something, it's almost better to not speak so much. I don't know, but try. Let's fighting fear.